Dragon Ball time! Hello, welcome to another figure view. Today we're going to have a look at the SH Figuarts dragonballz Android 20. We only had a look at Android 19, what was it, like last week? So this week we're going to have the boss, the scientist in charge of the entire Android process, and the man who turned himself into an android to get rid of Goku. It's the good old Dr. Gero. And I love this design, honestly. It's quite simple and it's somewhat in line with Android 19. They kind of have the little vest thing going on and the puffy pants and the puffy shoulders. But he also has this kind of Russian top hat, which is unique and different. And he also has his brain behind the glass shell. That's gross and cool. So let's have a look at the figure. Size of the old man, he stands at about, to the top hat, pretty much 14 centimeters, a little shy of it. Now for the inches, that means we are going up to 5.4, almost 5.5 size comparisons.
Here's Jolter, the SH Figuarts Son Goku, Android 16, 17, 18, 19, we already have 20, 21, and Darkseid.
After Android 19 was a bit of a disappointment, I was really hoping this guy would fare better. Nope. So, I mean, overall, first the good. He definitely does look like Dr. Gero. He does have the aesthetic, the big puffy shoulder pads, big puffy pants, and also big puffy hair. Lots of molded detail in there. The way they made it in the back over here where it's standing out is a little bit weird, but you gotta make room for the articulation. Does have his Russian top hat, which, yeah, that's just black plastic with like the red logo on there. The face, I'm not even sure if it's painted. It looks somewhat plasticky, but not as plasticky as some other parts. But anyway, I mean, like, eyes are cleanly printed on there. You have like the earrings and the beard, which is nicely painted and molded. I don't have an issue with that. Also, it doesn't really seem to line up completely with the head. But I don't know, maybe like the top hat really loves to pop off. Maybe I need to give it a better push. Then we have the vest, which is super glossy. And once again, I don't even know if it's painted, and if they did paint it. Like, why is only the vest so glossy? Nothing else over here is that glossy. So we do have that issue, and then we have the big puffy shoulder pads with the articulation point on there, which some people don't like, think it's ugly. Honestly, it doesn't bother me. What does bother me is like the subtle shading on the lower half. I don't know how well you can even tell under the camera. There's like minimal shading, and it's only there, and you barely can tell. So there's nothing else going on as far as shading goes. You have the yellow just shirt and the fists. And then we go down to the pants, which again looks super plasticky and ugly and boring. And yeah, I said it in the last review. I keep making this joke. This is not a premium release, premium Bandai, premium price point, but dog shit paint job. Where's the premium paint? Hello? I pay for the premium paint. Anyway, yeah, we got the feet as well. Those are fairly decently painted. Well, you don't have to do that much, but yeah. At least they did that. So, yeah, overall, Mo looks cool, but where's the paint? For your articulation, what the hell was that? Anyway, at least it's not as big of a mess as the last Android. So we do have a ball hinge for the hair, so you can bring that up and down and swivel it around, and does leave some good space to do so. And the top hat already just popped up as I was swiveling the head around. So let's try to move the hat back and forth. Does tilt side to side, and does, I mean, would rotate all the way around, but the head gets in the way. And we also have the neck articulation. If you pull both these down, goes forward nicely, but obviously it gets pulled back by the hair. That's to be expected. It doesn't really go back that far. I really would have liked, especially since you have some room in the back of the hair, can't really tilt it to the back, so you only look straight. Unfortunate. Then, well, also you can rotate the neck part if you get a good hold of it. But then we also have the butterfly joints, which don't really go as far as previous releases, but it's still far enough, I would say. Goes back and forth a little bit, and then we have the dumbbell joint in there, so you can shift that around, rotate it up and down, bring it back and forth a little bit. And also, actually, we don't really move up on this part, but that's why you have this joint down here. It's just a hinge. It does leave some gaps, unfortunately, but I mean, I think it's cool. I like it. Otherwise, you would have had to cut up the big puffy shoulder pads to even get this motion. So I'm not opposed to it. We do have a bicep swivel and a double hinged elbow, standard stuff, and hand. The wrist is a ball hinge, basically, so you can bring that up and down, and also can be swiveled for the chest area. It's quite nice, actually. I didn't really expect that much out of it, but backward movement is fine. Forward movement, they left just the right amount of space in there. And yeah, the belt is floaty, so you can push this up or pull it down to trying to cover up some gaps. So I mean, it's not too bad. Can be swiveled because the belt kind of rotates with it. Let's pull it down again, but yeah, can be swiveled. Also does tilt side to side. Fair enough. Then we have the crotch piece. Can be rotated all the way around. Can be thrusting a little bit. Hip thrusting back and forth. And then for the legs, moves forward very nicely. Out to the side, not as much, but still okay. And also all the way to the back. We can rotate it on here. And then we have the double hinged knee, which is a little bit gappy, but again, at least it's not a big mess as Android 19 with like 100 layers, so it's fine. We have a swivel down here. I haven't actually checked. No, apparently not. Can't move it around. And then the foot is on this weird freaking dumbbell joint, which they do for the feet. I'm not really the biggest fan of those. It's like, yeah, you can shift it back and forth, can shift a little bit side to side. The tilting of it is not too bad, but I feel like it's somewhat weird to pose, and it's not as stable as if you have like a big nice ball hinge in there. And finally, you got the toe hinge for the guy. For the accessories, you have the face of Heart Attack guy, also known as Goku. But I like the idea of it, but the face looks kind of weird. I don't know what it is. Looks kind of bootleggy. Also, like the I know he's supposed to be sweating, but why do you paint this in white? I don't know, it looks weird. It just looks weird. Everything about this face looks weird. I don't like it. The Gero face, there's one looking to the side, one like a little bit of a smirk, and then we have the maniacal laughter. Ha 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 ha. I am evil. And then we also have his brain, dome, chrome brain. Where is it? I don't know. It's just kind of trying to escape me, but you can't escape. There it is, the brain. It looks nice. I think it's like all translucent. I'm not really sure. Like maybe it's painted metallic and they have the dome over it. But no matter how they did it, it looks very nice. I like it. Then we have an accessory part for his hand for when he gets it cut off, just like his other guy, the Android 19. And then also we have the remote control to turn off 17 and 18. That really didn't work out for him. Spoilers. It's nicely painted though, and we do have a specific hand to hold on to it, so you can have it grabbing at all times, but it won't save him. Then we have the top hands, and we do have the open booby grab hands, which obviously have the little red dot in the middle to absorb some delicious energy. And then we've also got these like a little bit more open hands with the same dot in the middle, and there you go. Final thoughts! Another disappointment for the Android army. I don't know. I feel like this one's a little bit better than 19, depending on how you want to look at it. But they both have the same issue of a lack of paint. At least they didn't over-design like the pants for this guy. And again, I like the puffy shoulder pads. Not having too much of an issue with that. The accessories are fine and fun. You know, like the Goku phase. It's nice, it's quirky, even though it looks like garbage. I really don't like that Goku face. I really don't like that Goku face. I don't know what's up with it. But, yeah, it's disappointing. It's really disappointing. I thought they would do like a little bit of a better job for, I mean, still a very important character for the show, or the manga, or whatever you prefer. But, yeah, again, it's tough to recommend at the premium Bandai price point. If this was a regular release at like $50, I'd be like, you know, okay. But since it's premium Bandai and since it's a premium price and we're paying a lot of money for it, I have a hard time recommending this. Just really, if you're a completionist, if you're like a huge fan of the body, of the mold, of the look of the guy, then sure. But for everybody else, I think like this is not a skip because just of the price point being too high. and the quality not really holding up to it. Sorry, I think the mold's cool, the mold's great, but everything else kind of falls short. And that's gonna do it. As usual, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget, if you enjoyed this review, hit it up with a like and subscribe to the channel so you can stay tuned for more figure reviews, card game stuff, or whatever Dr. Gero wants.